What's up, champions? Welcome back to JetSurf Nation, your place where we test and review different jetboards and efoils. You know, efoils are super fun to ride, but they can be quite dangerous. And I'm not talking about the propeller. The real danger comes from the sharp mast and the wings. That's why it's very important to be well prepared to stay safe. In this quick video, I'm gonna share with you all the things that I take with me to keep my efoiling experience safe and fun. Let's go! Let's start with the basics. Your wetsuit. Almost on all my videos you see me riding in the wetsuit. It's not because I'm always freezing, it's because I want a full protection from the cuts and bruises that you can get from sharp mast and wings. I tried all surfing wetsuits you can imagine, with back zipper, with top zipper, and I found this one to be the best. It's actually a diving wetsuit from the brand Cressy Louis. It has a front zipper over here. It's very easy to close, very easy to use, and it perfectly protects me from the cuts, especially my legs. I always get cut by the mast when I get into the water, when I come out, when I wipe out. So this wetsuit is a great protection for your legs. Sometimes you see me riding in the colorful red, orange and green suits in my videos. It's a brand called JetSurf. Actually, this brand is producing wetsuits for the jet ski racer. It looks really cool on video, but I find it quite useless because it's not actually a full body wetsuit. It's two parts, so it's only good to look great on the video, but I never use it in real life. And I also don't want to look like a clown when I'm not filming my videos. Now the feet protection. I almost never go bare feet. I use either standard surfers booties like this, and sometimes I use these sneakers for water sports. It's made by Quicksilver. They are easy to dry and you can use it in the water. Look, I used them 2 years and they look like new steel. Very easy, they have a very good grip on the efoil. I really love this one. It gives me much more control than slippery booties. When it's insanely cold in winter, I use a dry suit. This one is the best. It's called Ocean Rodeo Sole. It's really expensive. I think it's 1,000 euros or even more, and it's really hard to find. They're always almost out of stock, but I highly recommend this one. It gives you full protection, you stay dry, you ride dry, you never get cold from the wind. Really a top choice. Plus it looks really cool on video as well. You look like a snowboarder. If you want something cheaper, then this Chinese knockoff of brand can do just fine. It has also the leg protection right here as well, like a sock. Finally, I use these little gloves to protect my hands from the cuts of the sharp mast when I carry the board. The next part is life vest. You really need a life vest, and it's not because I cannot swim, it's because you really want to protect your ribs. When you wipe out on a full speed like 30 or 40 km/h, there are a lot of accidents when people were breaking their ribs, so you better be safe than sorry. There are a lot of choices for a great impact vest. Obviously, the top choice and the best one is a professional impact vest by brands like Fliteboard or eWave. They produce high quality neoprene vests that they will protect your front and back from any accident. Highly recommended this one. If you want something lighter and cheaper, then this OneWheel life vest is really comfortable to use. I really love how it looks. It's very thin, but it also gives you basic protection for your ribs. If you're teaching the beginners, it's better to put something big and bulky with more flotation and more protection. Something like Job, Bruceless series will work just fine for them. Or you can use something a little bit cheaper like this Zerati. Looks and works really well as well and provides full protection for your body from the wipeouts. Next is the helmet. I know some of you might be thinking, why would I need a helmet? I'm not going to look cool in one. But at some stage in life, you'll understand that being safe is more important than looking cool. And you really don't want to get knocked out by the board in a bad wipeout in the middle of the ocean and get lost and sink. That's why I highly recommend everyone use the helmet at all times when you do any water sports. It's really important. There are a lot of options, and during my long jet surfing career I collected almost all the helmets you can imagine. The big ones, JetSurf and some Chinese off-brands, they're very big, very bulky, and they give you a lot of protection for your face. They have even front shield This is very important for fast jet surfing, but it's really uncomfortable. This is very good helmet for fast jet surfing, jet surf World Cups, but for efoiling I find these helmets really uncomfortable. They're very heavy, very bulky, and they obstruct my vision, which makes it really hard to keep the balance and navigate. So I don't recommend this kind of helmets for efoiling. There are lighter versions of these helmets called Med Parachute. This one is actually good. It's very lightweight and has a lot of holes, so the water escapes it very easily, easy to dry, very easy helmet. I'll say easy just one more time, just for the sake of it. If you want something lighter than helmets like this one is called Shock. This is just off-brand surf helmet. They don't provide any face protection at all, only the top of the head. Sometimes I also use this cool looking Stratter helmet. It's a kayak helmet, looks insanely cool on videos. Love it. It even has this little front to protect you from the sun. And finally, I just found a new one. It's called WRSI. It's a very cool kayak helmet with a full face protection. Looks really cool, easy to dry. It's not very heavy. Love this one. I think it's the best protection for the efoiling. Finally, do I use the goggles, sunglasses? No, I never use sunglasses for efoiling. They always get foggy and they obstruct my vision. When I fall, they're covered with drops. I hate it. But if you have to use the sunglasses, something like this can work well. It's called Bertoni and it's changing the shades based on the intensity of the sun. So it can be transparent or it can be really dark. Very cool. Speaking of efoil safety, it's very important to mention the battery safety as well. Your efoil battery contains a lot of energy. That's why it's very important to store it safely. Always charge it outside and under full supervision. Never leave it on charge for night or when you go out to the restaurant. There were some accidents before, so better be safe than sorry. When you need to store it, I always put it in a fireproof bag. I got these fireproof bags from Onean. This is the modern one. It has some straps and I can carry it to the beach. And this one is an old one, also really good. I put it inside, you can take it to the beach like this. And when I need to store it, I put into Zagreb fireproof box. And finally, some extra accessories that you might need for your efoiling. First of all, the leash. It's really important to use the leash, especially if you go in an open sea, in the ocean, in the surf. You really don't want to get stranded and lose your board. There were a lot of accidents already. Trust me, you don't want to be among the sad story. A coiled leash, 10 feet coiled leash will work just fine. It's an ankle leash. It's easy to attach to the handles of your efoil and it's perfect to use. Highly recommended to always use a leash. Inside your board compartment, you can take your smartwatch or your iPhone, something like this with GPS and emergency calling that will help you in case of an accident. You know, efoiling alone can be quite boring, so sometimes I use these waterproof headphones. This one is an MP3 player, it's called Agros, and it doesn't need to have a smartwatch or iPhone with you. It's fully autonomous. Or the one that you always see on my videos, this one, it's called Aftershocks. This one needs actually your iPhone nearby and it uses bone induction, really cool, and it doesn't cover your ears. Very cool, love this one. It's obviously also waterproof. When you ride and you don't have any space in battery compartment, you can put your stuff in the backpack like this. And finally, transporting efoil can be quite difficult. It's very heavy. So something like this, a kayak cart, can help you a lot. This green one is a very popular kayak cart. You can easily find it. It has very strong wheels, but it's not ideal for the sand. For the sand, you can find something like this with fat balloon inflatable wheels. Very easy to inflate, and you can easily find stuff like this on Amazon. That's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below your tips on safety efoiling. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next one. Cheers!